Under further review is back at you. We got Joe, we got John, we got Steve. That's me. Yeah, let's jump right into it, guys. So we wanted to talk about the hometown team, the New York Giants. A lot of news circulating up around the team, whether it was for the better or the worse. There was definitely positives from the Sunday win against the Chargers, who, were 3-0 entering the game, but there was also some negatives, which we were actually talking about before we started recording, which was the Malik Nabers injury. But before we get into Neighbors, because I'm sure that's a talking point, I'm sure there's some frustrations behind the injury. Let's talk about the positives with his start and his first start, in which he had 111 passing yards, 54 rushing yards, 2 touchdowns. He had 1 passing touchdown, 1 rushing touchdown. He's the first quarterback since Tim Tebow in his first ever start to have 1 passing touchdown, 1 rushing touchdown, and 50 plus rushing yards. So pretty solid numbers for Dart. I think the biggest thing was he held on to the ball. And I know Russell Wilson at times was a little careless with his passes. So for me, and Joe, I'll shift it over to you. But for me, even when Wilson had that 400 plus passing yard game against the Cowboys, that interception he threw at the end of the game in overtime just kind of destroyed his whole performance for me. It just left a bad taste in my mouth just because the way he just threw it up for grabs to the defender, I didn't think it was great. But Joe, I want to hear about the Dart performance. I want to hear your thoughts on this. We didn't get to talk about this. Your thoughts on them making the switch from Russell Wilson, a veteran quarterback, to the rookie quarterback, especially in week 4. The floor is yours, Giants fan.
You didn't mention the Neighbors injury at all.
I did. Well, I want to talk about it after. I did mention it, but I want to talk about it.
I think we should look this right in the face that any chance we had went out the window. I envision.
I was going to say, how did you not have a moment of silence?
That seriously ruined. I thought we were going to lose just because that was the vibe that I was like. It really deflated us. I was getting visions of like a late stage Eli Manning, where all you would need is like a 12-yard slant and have Odell Beckham, run it in from 75 yards. That was basically our offense for like 2 solid years. And I think Neighbors has been more of a jump ball guy instead of like a speedster. But I mean, to lose that weapon, I would say we're not in a terrible position. I mean, Scattaboo has some of the best, 2.8 yards per carry games I've seen. I think he had a pretty decent game against the Chiefs, actually. Not so much
75 rushing yards, probably.
Yeah. But I don't know. Like, Wan'Dale Robinson's always good. I'm shocked Shepard's still on the team. He might just be one of those lifetime guys. Sorry, Slayton, not Shepard.
Slayton, yeah.
Yeah.
Shepard's on the Bucks now.
But how about our defensive rookie? He showed up. I mean, that's a positive.
Yeah.
I mean,
I have a stat for you.
I mean, the Chargers aren't really a high-powered offense, but the holding the 18 when the game's that competitive, like, I thought that was probably the main positive takeaway I took in terms of something sustainable. As with like Jaxson Dart, I mean, you mentioned Russell Wilson. He provided exactly what Wilson used to provide, which was like, regardless what happens, you'll have like 3 or 4 extra first downs that most quarterbacks won't be able to get you. Just because the guy's fearless. He's clearly got a little more power behind him than Russell Wilson did. And I think people are comparing him to Josh Allen, even though I don't think he looks as big and his arm is, maybe half as powerful. But I mean, there was like 3 or 4 like big third downs where I think, there's a good chance we lose the game or lose momentum if he doesn't hit those, even with Neighbors out. So I would say like, those are 2 main positives I take away. Just the fact that their pass rush seemed to get there. Our line play on the defensive side was better. Dart, especially with how shaky our O-line can look, just the fact that he looked like against a really good NFL defense, he could sort of create his own space. And then, one giant negative. I think if Neighbors was healthy, I might have talked myself back in like an idiot to like maybe like 9 wins. Maybe we can beat the Cowboys in the rematch and the Eagles will be maybe sleep on us. We can go like 3-3 in the division because, who knows who will be quarterback next time we play Washington. But yeah, all that went out the window. I think Neighbors is that good that swung our potential ceiling by like 2 wins.
Yeah, in my mind, 111 passing yards is not sustainable. And you could tell that they kept the training wheels on Dart a little bit. They were doing quick routes. They were doing a lot of screen passes. And I think he did the typical rookie quarterback thing where when the pocket started to crumble, he took off way more easily than looking downfield towards his open targets, which, You'll see that in the transition from a quarterback's rookie year to as they become more comfortable in the NFL and the game starts to slow down, they start to look downfield. But you did mention he did make some nice passes to get first downs on like 3rd and long. And the one that comes to mind is when they were like inside their own 5 and he was in shotgun. He caught the ball in his end zone and then he kind of stepped up in the pocket and kind of called his receiver back and he threw like a perfect, strike to his receiver to get the first down. And that kind of helps because like we talk about field position and field position is so important.
Even if the signaling did nothing, I like the way it looked.
I mean,
that was the route he was always going to run, but it makes me feel like my quarterback is fully aware of everything, no matter what.
Everything he does looks great. I mean, he's just a boss out there. And like the night before, he's posting pictures of Madison Beer on his story, and he eventually deleted it. But that's Justin Herbert's girlfriend. And I mean,
is it Beer or Beers plural?
I don't know. I'm just going by what the name says. It definitely is BEER, right? So I don't know what the name.
Also, John, I'm shocked you didn't hold this off. The Yankees are losing by 1 in the 8th inning, and you're here recording our little podcast right here.
Oh, I'm watching it as we speak on the other side.
Is your mind on hot takes and the future of this podcast, or is it?
Oh, no, trust me. The Jets and other teams and other things happened plenty that even though I was at a music festival this weekend, I was very, very in touch with what was going on. More so Sunday than Saturday. Saturday I was so.
Yeah, that's fine.
He was hitting bombs on the golf course on Saturday.
That was in the morning. And
True.
Then
everything downhill, would you say, or up in the sky?
I would say, let's just say, even though I caught in baseball, I'm like 6'2" and with back problems, so it's easier for me to get high than it is to get low. So, we'll take it from there.
Yeah, take it as you will. But John, for you, I think you were against Dart.
No mention of the Mets, by the way, just to make it even.
I can't even talk.
That's a very big moment of silence.
I have a buddy who's watching the playoffs today, and he's a big Mets fan like myself. And I was sitting there, and I was like, "How are you watching baseball right now? I just can't even look at it after the downfall that they had."
Scooble.
What's that?
Scooble was fun today.
Yeah. Baseball's different now. Like, how many stars on other teams outside of the Yankees, John, can you actually cheer for these days? Because I feel like the MLB doesn't try to market their stars. I feel like a lot of their stars are not marketable in general. And when I think compare MLB to the NFL, like I think back to like Pat Mahomes last week against the Giants when the Giants scooped up that fumble and they were about to go into the end zone and Mahomes came out of nowhere and just ripped it out of the guy's hands. Like when you have stars hustling on every play like that in the NFL, it makes it fun to watch. Like that was a fun play. Even as a Giants fan, it was a fun play to watch because your star quarterback didn't give up on the fumble. But like in the MLB, like you have guys hitting the ball to the warning track. They jog down the first baseline. And then when it hits off the wall, they don't even get a double, because they didn't hustle out of the box. It's like the first thing that's baseball 101 growing up is what you learn is hustle every ball out. I don't know. It's hard to watch baseball these days.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's not as fast.
Is that what you tell your team that you coach? You're not hustling like Wade Boggs used to?
No. It's more.
Did Wade Boggs hustle? I just named an old player. I don't know.
Boss Hogs.
Wait, I'm echoing a lot, by the way. How do I do it? The cancellation.
All right, I'll just say Ichiro. That's a guy who I knew hustled. That guy was a maniac.
Well, there you go. Like back to the whole like star thing. Like there's only really some in my mind. Well, there's 3, maybe 4 guys you can name the last name of in the MLB, and you like they're worldwide. Well, worldwide. It's Ohtani, it's Judge, it's Soto, and Skeens is probably getting to that level.
Yeah.
In NFL, you've got every quarterback, but then again, baseball's so diluted where almost every player on maybe your regional team and like their rival. Where football, you don't know half the roster. It's the same 8 or 9 guys every time.
Yeah, but that's like, I mean, like if you're a New York Yankee fan, the starting 9 for the New York Yankees, but also. Yeah. I guess that's true when you say regional because, everybody on the Red Sox because you play them. How many times did they play the Red Sox during the season, and now they're playing them in the playoffs?
16. Fantasy sports helps with that. I mean, it's not to the level that I'm sure Major League Baseball wants, but that's their fault.
Yeah, and
Do you like
I
fantasy baseball? Is that even football's
Yeah.
perfect for fantasy? Basketball, I feel like there's too much going on. Baseball, I couldn't imagine.
Baseball, it's fun.
It's probably the most intensive, though, right?
It's every day.
Yeah, I like football. It's like 2 days a week, except on a London at 8:45 a.m. when fucking who's Warren? Warren for the Steelers got rolled out, so that was fun.
running back.
Yeah, I don't know if you want to join, Joe, but
That was fun to wake up to.
weekend of Columbus Day, do you have off on that Monday?
No, I work all U.S. holidays.
Oh,
I'm a slave.
gosh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm a slave to global calendars.
The man himself.
Yeah,
Well, John, did you pick Neighbors?
Christmas and New Year's. I think that's what we get.
Yeah, I did. I did pick Neighbors in our league, and I immediately put in a waiver claim on Slayton today.
What am I missing out on Columbus Day?
No, the Jets play 9:30 that day, and we're going to Darcy's, I think. So we're going to start drinking early.
I don't know if
game.
I don't know if you can do Darcy's though. Isn't the soccer crowd going to be there?
They'll have a
We're going to
TV.
be battling.
They'll have a TV.
Yeah.
That'll make them have a TV. And then I have a range. Steve, if you want to go to that Ranger game that night with me, because you have off Columbus Day, right?
Oh yeah, true. I'd be down.
So yeah, they're playing the Capitals too.
Let's go.
So it should be a very good game.
Making plans on the podcast.
Yeah, look at
Yes.
that live. You saw it here. But
yeah, wheeling and dealing. But yeah, so Jaxson Dart, guys.
It's been the Marlins each of the 3 times, right? 7-0-8, and then last week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Mets cannot schedule the Marlins anymore at the end of the year. I'm
No.
not saying we should dodge a team that traditionally wins like 70 games, but there's just something about it.
they didn't get knocked out to the final week, the Marlins, technically. So
Yeah.
I think they were starting to develop as the season went on. I knew it was going to happen.
They were better than the ones we lost to in 07-08.
But it's crazy. Like, everything was on the table for the Mets. Like, the Reds lost the final day. If the Mets just took 2 out of 3 from the Marlins, like, you're in. But, like, they didn't deserve to be in. Like, if they can't beat these easy teams, they lost 2 out of 3 to the Nationals. They lost 2 out of 3 to the Marlins during the final month. Like, these are teams you should be beating up on. And that's the difference between a playoff team and the New York Mets. Is a playoff team's going to beat those 4th-place teams, those 5th-place teams. The Mets just didn't do it. And the pitching just, I don't even want to start there because Stearns went into the bargain bin this offseason to get starting pitching. And I knew it was going to come back and bite them. I knew eventually it was too good to be true. And then Stango just went to shit. It's just like typical Mets fashion. And you have the richest owner in baseball. Like, Cohen is loaded. He should be going out there and he should be saying, I'm going to sign every single player. It's only going to get harder because this offseason, I don't know if you agree with this, John, but I think there's going to be a lot of one-year deals this offseason because the strike is coming up. So,
Hell yeah, dude. I've been saying that for the last couple months. Like, if I'm an owner, I'm almost making it so the strike happens this offseason because everyone knows it's coming. You might as well just try and negotiate everything to the best you can and then see, all right, we're just going to lock you out because we don't want to spend money that we don't need to, especially if they somehow, some way create a salary cap.
Would a strike be good for baseball? Because then people realize
No.
how much they miss it.
Yes and no.
Okay, I don't know.
It's going to be regional. It's going to be even more regional after the lockout because the divisions are going to be totally different. Like the Mets, Yankees, Phillies, and Red Sox are all going to be in a division together.
I think we have a skewed perception just because we live in Yankee land, you know, like how important baseball is to most of the country.
No one gives a shit about baseball. It's
I
like
know.
basketball to us around here. Well, you guys are rare with NBA, but I mean, how much people would you say don't care about the NBA around us? 85 to 90%.
It's a decent amount, but it's like when I was in California, just the Lakers are more important than any football team.
Exactly.
A lot of Dodgers fans, but nothing compared to the Lakers.
No.
So the Yankees
Well, USC football.
Lakers.
Even
Unless,
then?
yeah, Lakers over everything over there. Yes, they're sort of like the Yankees over there. Even though football reigns supreme over everything, it's like there's specific franchises.
oddly enough, I think like 25% of the NBA fans around here are Lakers fans. That's just how big of a nation They are.
Are they Lakers fans or are they fans of certain players?
LeBron, yeah, Kobe when we were younger.
Yeah. When
think
we
they
went
were-
to, we went to Buffalo Wild Wings for Game 7 in the 2010 Finals, and Boston's much closer, obviously, but it was 80% not only Lakers but Kobe jerseys. I mean,
yeah, absolutely.
they might have just been neutral people rooting for Kobe. Might have been Knicks fans just rooting for Kobe because
Yeah.
it was Kobe.
Yeah,
Right.
probably.
And by that point, he was just like a status icon,
Yeah.
you know.
But if
The
you want to
Knicks
give
weren't even good then.
if you want to give baseball its props, though, I do think it gives the small market the best chance to make a run when it comes to the playoffs and the World Series. Just because, like, not a lot of people agree with minor league development, probably because everybody in this day and age expects instant results. That's why you have an NFL draft out of college or college kids leaving and going to the NFL. You have an NBA draft where I believe high school kids can join the NBA draft again. So it's a lot of instant gratification from those sports, and that's what people enjoy. They like to see a young rookie like Jaxson Dart being thrown into the fire like this, and that's why he's the top selling jersey. But like baseball, if you do it right, and that's why a lot of owners, GMs put a big emphasis on the minor leagues and development of their young guys, but eventually, if they all come up at once, like the Orioles had last season, it all worked out. So I think like that's making a run to the World Series against the Rangers that one season. I think of the Brewers and the success they have every single year. Who else? The Reds making it this year. So like it has a lot of room for small market teams to make a run. In the NFL, I think you see a lot of those major markets have the success. You know, the Eagles winning last year, New England having such a run, and I would say, Boston's a huge market, so it makes sense. Who else? I mean, maybe Kansas City. Like, would you call that a small market? Kansas City, probably, right?
Yeah, but you become successful enough, it becomes a national brand. Except the
Yeah.
Spurs. I guess the Spurs never really. Well, kind of. I don't know.
I mean, that's the other thing with
Sounds
the
good.
NFL. Like,
Yeah.
you land on a guy like Mahomes, you're going to win for a while, and you're going to build a roster around such a big talent. But the Chiefs were like already like a team that was a playoff contender. Like Alex Smith got them to the playoffs during Mahomes' rookie season. It was just, Mahomes is a once in a lifetime type talent, So that's why he won several Super Bowls with that team.
Yeah, like before, I know we were really young, but the Patriots were never really like I guess they aren't right now, but you saw like before Brady and Belichick, Patriots were sort of like they weren't like the Cowboys where they're going to be at the front page no matter what.
Yeah.
Success just brings that, I guess. Unless you're the Spurs.
I think that's why it's like so frustrating for like Giants and Jets fans, because like here we are in this big market where no matter what, MetLife Stadium's always sold out. Like I went to a few Giants games at the end of last season when they were pretty much guaranteed to get like a top 5 pick, and the stadium was still packed. So like if there's anything you got to give props to, like New York fans know how to follow their team, and when you win for the city of New York, oh my God, it's probably like the greatest thing you'll ever experience. You see the Knicks players, like they all talk about their time in New York. Even like DiVincenzo when he left, like I don't think he wanted to leave, and he always praises his time in New York. And like Brunson loves it, Hart loves it. So like if you win in New York, you're never going to be forgotten. It's just
Well, that's the problem. It's been 14 years, since a non-female or soccer team has won a championship.
yeah, it's bad. You know what the worst stat is? I think the Giants have started the past 13 seasons. 10 times they have started either 0-2 or 0-3. I forget what the exact stat was.
We never, even when we had Eli, we never won in September. That's just for my entire life. September New York Giants were never great.
Yeah, I
But
think
now
the
we have an excuse. We just suck. We're going to lose every other month too. So
the first Super Bowl run, didn't they go 0-2 to start the season?
yeah, and the second Super Bowl run, we got blown out by Rex Grossman opening day when he was
Was
on,
that the Bears?
Sexy.
No, Washington.
Rex.
Washington. That was his second stint then.
We got swept by them that year, actually.
Pretty bad. The Florida Gator.
Yeah.
But
NFL
John-
great. I don't care what people say.
Yeah. I don't know about that. Great name though. He fit Florida, Rex Grossman. But John, I want to hear your thoughts because you were against starting.
He sounds like a billionaire from a TV show. Rex
Like
Grossman.
What was that show Mark Cuban used to be on?
Oh,
Shark Tank?
Billions?
Shark Tank, I think.
Okay.
John said it. He sounds like he's fit for that show. But yeah, John, talk about why you had reservations against Dart starting so early in the season.
I just was hoping they were going to use the Patrick Mahomes model, and I'm so against starting people early, especially rookies, when you don't have many weapons. I mean, like you said, I think, what was it, a podcast ago or 2 podcasts ago about him starting now? Well, what are you going to do if, like, Nabers or Andrew Thomas is hurt? Well, he's hurt, and, I'll definitely say Jaxson Dart had a ballsy-ass game. He won the game against the Chargers, who Joe said, they're not a high-powered offense, per se, but they are still a very good team, well-coached. They're going to be very physical with you, as any Jim Harbaugh team is. And I was very surprised. What I loved, though, was we finally got to see the Giants pass rush play with a lead, and we saw those dudes tee the F off. So if you're a Giants fan, I would be excited because it looks like that defensive line, especially with the lead, is as advertised.
I also blame the schedule makers for front-loading our schedule so much. I know
you just had a bad luck with that, too, because...
Is that luck, or, isn't there somebody that actually does it, or they use a computer now? I
believe the NFL uses a computer.
They interviewed the people who used to do that. It was like some old couple in Des Moines or something that used to
Wasn't that
for MLB
baseball?
That was baseball. You're right.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah.
But it's like
it's a little ridiculous.
At Washington, at Dallas, home Chiefs, home Chargers. We get a break with the Saints, Eagles, Broncos, Eagles, Niners, Bears, Packers, Lions. Well, I guess that's like our whole schedule. I guess we're just worse than every team that we play. But
I mean, not just that, you got unlucky.
Eagles, we got to play the Eagles twice in the first. After that's it's crazy.
Eagles also won the Super Bowl, and the NFC East usually stays on par with what everyone else is doing. The NFC East usually has a similar schedule across the board. So the fact that the Eagles were defending Super Bowl champs, I think that had to factor in, right?
Yeah, there is also something to be said, I think, especially with a team like the Giants, where they do have some talent, and maybe they can just I don't know, just having the false hope of a 3-2 start or a 4-3 start. At least the games in November, you'll still be fighting for something rather than just having this fucking gauntlet, and then you get all your easy games in the back end. I don't know.
Speaking about fighting for something, how about Dable fighting to get a freaking little tongue from Jaxson Dart at the end of that game?
Were you into that?
Oh, I like that.
God, nothing
that's
like
good. That's a good locker room vibe.
Team bonding right there.
That's great.
You knew the AIs.
At least Rex Ryan's not his coach.
Well, no, that was feet.
Exactly.
But that was his wife. I feel like it's a little better when
he'd be asking for Jaxson Dart socks.
He probably took his jock strap after the game.
Yikes.
It's probably.
I know he didn't take Shador Sanders' jock strap. Jesus. Did you guys hear him freaking tee off on Shador this weekend?
No.
He did.
Rex.
Well, I know he called out Flacco as directly, indirectly as possible. He's like, I'm better than a lot of guys. Is that what he was referring to?
Shador?
Yeah. I think the Oregon kid is gonna get the look before him, right? Yeah, Gabriel.
Yeah, there was a report today that Gabriel's most likely going to start this weekend. So, I mean, Flacco shouldn't be starting for an NFL team. Did you see some of his punt throws they were calling it?
Yeah.
This past weekend,
like Chad Pennington.
Yeah, it was terrible. But I mean, I think Rex Ryan, he's still an old school person. He coached the early 2000s. He's been around since the 90s, maybe, right?
I mean,
love Rex.
Yeah, well,
I ain't listening
Buddy Ryan
to him on
raised
quarterbacks.
So
ever.
I'm sure he's got a lot of that in him.
He's also a defensive mind, like you were saying.
Yeah, I mean, Rex doesn't know shit about quarterback play.
I think what he was saying though was stop with the talking, go in on second team and get your reps in.
Yeah, exactly.
Open people's eyes that way.
Go into meetings and don't put your head down. Sit in the front fucking row if you want to play, dude. Conform a little bit. You don't have to be this.
It was like an accountability, John. It was it's like you kind of did this to yourself, this slide, and you're trying to play a victim role.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's pretty much
I hope he plays well because I think he's actually going to be decent.
He's been in the limelight since his sophomore year of college, though.
Yeah, that ain't
I'm not even going to say it's because Deion's his dad, because I think Prime Time's is sort of a character, and it's from what I've heard of him in interviews, he just seems like a quiet dude who likes to fish. So and on Barstool he seemed pretty laid back. So I I don't know. Like, it's got to be weird just being like, because when he was at a HSBC, like Barstool had like a documentary on him, and then obviously once his dad wants to coach Colorado, he went, and they were just like had as much spotlight as the NFL team for like 2 years, and now you're just in Cleveland playing fourth string. So that's probably, I'm guessing that's probably what's fucking him up. Just like he's
third string.
Third string.
He's probably going to start.
Can you guys like think of someone who had like the status though of Deion Sanders in any sport, whose son is like almost as good or almost as like peculiar and stuff like that, even before he's done
That's
anything?
I don't know what that $10 word means, but
a peculiar?
Yeah, I actually don't.
Basically, like not flamboyant, but like
where do they use it?
Aura factor. I think it's spelled Meculiar.
Okay.
When you say almost as good, what do you mean by that?
Like, can you name like a superstar son that's been in the league that has been of like note?
Bronny?
Yeah,
like that.
But we're not talking ability though, because he's nowhere near Deion's ability.
No, I'm just saying because of like, he might just.
I guess Arch Manning,
grew up super rich.
Right?
He's not in the league yet, and his dad wasn't in the league. He just comes from a family like that, And I'm sure how much money could Cooper Manning really have in life by himself?
Would you call
Archie? I'm saying Archie's kids, Peyton and Eli.
Okay, yeah, but like this era, like the last 10 years, 10, 15, 20 years. No.
What about like Howie Long's kids?
Antoine Winfield Jr.
But are they superstars like that?
Like Chris Long, I would say, yeah. He especially broadcasting now. He's got like a very popular podcast.
Quarterback is a little different though.
Yeah.
What are we talking?
We're talking Harrison Jr., but he's not like a superstar.
So are we talking?
I'm just saying, like, someone that grew up with like fame, like everyone's getting on Shador for like, showing up to school with like a fucking Maserati or whatever. It's like, what do you expect? The dude's grown up with multiple, if not almost close to $100 million in life. Like, he's just doing his thing.
So you're talking headline grabber.
I'm talking everything. Like headline grabber should be skill. Like there hasn't been someone's son who's the quarterback in the league, right?
Just the Mannings, honestly. And Chris Sims.
Okay, but that
did he even start in the NFL? Chris Sims.
He had a very good 2005
with the Bucs, right?
Yeah, and then he ruptured his spleen mid-game, and he finished the whole fucking game like a savage.
Yeah, see, that's a positive story. Besides the spleen, that's a great story for him.
Well, he's still living, although he does button his top button like a weirdo.
I don't know how famous Ken Griffey Sr. was.
He was famous, but he wasn't like a Deion Sanders, like arguably in the best of the best in that position category.
He was just a solid dude in the league for 20 years, basically.
Yeah, it's like if Tom Brady has a kid and he's a rich snob douche, but comes into the league.
I'm not calling Shador that.
Well, John.
No, I'm not either. I'm just saying.
John, what about Black Guerrero?
Oh yeah, his son's really good.
Okay,
right?
That's fair. That's totally fair. That's a very, very good comp right there. Actually,
Jelly Bean Bryant for the 70s.
Joe Bryant?
Yeah, Jelly Bean Bryant and Kobe Bryant. I don't know.
God.
Maybe Bronny makes an all-star team.
Tim Hardaway Jr., but they're not like superstars.
Yeah, they
come up with so much
I wouldn't
hype,
call them that.
I'm
trying to think. I feel like baseball had a few. I can't even think.
Maybe Cal Rip, but like of the last 20 years, like you can't say Dalton.
Does John Rocker have any kids in the league?
Yeah,
that's a shame.
That's a shame. And if they do, they're probably in the UFC.
It's good for baseball, bad for baseball media.
I'm thinking across the league.
Yeah.
It would take me a while to think. I feel like there's something out there we're missing, and maybe somebody can correct us if they're listening to this.
Yes, please. Call me an idiot.
My last thing on the Giants, though, we need to do an investigation on the MetLife turf. I guess this is Jets, too.
Yeah.
The injuries
They've already done it, man. They've redone it. This is the first ACL since they redid the turf, though. So, they made it, 4 games?
Of course, it has to be the biggest name that plays on it. Falls the victim.
If you have 2 teams playing in a stadium, just get natural grass so you can fucking afford it. Jesus Christ.
Well, they have to go with what every other stadium's doing these days.
Oh, is it harder? Is it harder in our climate to do that, actually?
Probably to keep up with it and maintain it, and they don't want to spend all that money doing it.
I read it's like $2 million a year.
That's a good. The Maras and the Johnsons have enough money to do it.
Also,
yeah, I'm saying you have 2 owners playing for the why not go 50-50 on that?
True.
Exactly.
It'd be the one good thing our stadium has, because everything else sucks.
The parking lot's fine.
The parking situation's good.
That's
a good
great.
point.
You gotta wear
The
one of
parking-
those
the
like yellow
parking's
safety
good.
vests, hold up traffic, and then wave your people through, and then just get right in the car.
That'd be a good prank video.
Oh, there
You're
is a
solid.
video online of it. It's hilarious.
I have to look that up.
It's at I think a San Francisco 49ers game, and you have a woman behind them. I know you didn't just do that. I know you didn't do that.
Was that recent?
I think like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, maybe
That's
more.
awesome.
But yeah, it's pretty funny.
That must suck to have to go to Santa Clara. I don't know how.
Oh, it's a beautiful place.
It's California, so I assume it's like 4 hours away from San Fran. I have no idea.
I think it's where The Lost Boys was filmed, the movie, Santa Clara.
Great reference.
Yeah, that's one of the best vampire movies ever. Best horror movies, in my opinion. That's up for debate, probably, for a lot of people. It's controversial, but let's move on to the next topic.
What's the best horror movie ever made?
Jaws.
Jaws is a
Is
good...
that really a horror movie?
Yeah,
It was considered the scariest movie ever for a while.
yeah, that's horror.
It's inspired by Jersey events too, right?
Mm-hmm. Bull sharks in the Raritan River.
Do you know the full story behind that? Like, apparently the kid got eaten, and then the older brother went in there to try to find him, and
I do not know the whole story.
He got eaten too.
yeah, it was like 2 brothers got killed by the shark.
I didn't know it was in the river. I thought it was like off like fucking Belmar or something.
No, there's an attack off of Spring Lake, and
There's probably an
there's, another
amalgamation.
attack in the Raritan
Right.
River.
Yeah.
All right, Yankees are down by 2. They have bases loaded, no one out in the 9th.
This will be unofficial live reaction
Unofficial.
video. It's kind of hard to
Bases-
do. It's kind of hard to do with
bases-
MLB.
And this is against Chapman, I'm assuming?
Yes, and Stanton is up.
Ooh, Yankees might
Yes.
pull this off.
They might.
Yeah, let us know what happens.
Aaron
But
Judge 2 for 4. You like to see that?
yeah, playoff hero this year. Let's move on though. Let's talk about the first game that happened on Sunday morning. It was in
How do I
Ireland,
label that first 35 minutes? What did we actually talk about?
New York sports.
Okay, that's how I'll do it.
Get your New York sports here.
But let's talk Aaron Rodgers, because to me he looked like vintage Aaron Rodgers. He was even hitting the smelling salts before he was taking snaps. Like, he was walking out of the
Saw
huddle.
that.
He had so much confidence. As the kids would call it, aura or whatever. So he would hit the salts, and then he would just drop it on the ground and take a snap. It was great. But he went 18 for 22. So he was near perfect with his passes. I think he threw for around 200 yards, a touchdown pass. And you had Kenneth Gainwell rushing for almost 100 yards. I think he was at 99 rushing yards and 2 touchdowns. Steelers, the Steelers look like it's another season where they could sneak into the playoffs. And it's probably the same thing as they usually are, where they sneak in and lose in the wild card round. Hey, I don't think they expected anything from this Steelers team. All of a sudden, we're going to start talking playoffs for
The
them.
people that complain about the Steelers only winning 10 games and only getting the playoffs have not experienced what we've lived through especially the Jets, but last 15 years. At least the Giants have had a taste every 6 or 7 years. But
Yeah,
Vintage Rodgers is very strong, though, because I think it was more like a classic Tom Brady sort of game. It was just death by 1,000 cuts. Like, I think the only throw with some air under it that actually was completed was a DK Metcalf sort of like 20-yard crosser, which was a beautiful ball. It's a lot of quick passes, a lot of West Coast kind of shit. Vintage Rodgers to me is like 2014, where he's just throwing 25-yard back shoulders in like a 6-inch window like 3 times in a row. I don't think
37 touchdowns, 3 picks.
Yeah, I don't think he can do that. But this is the reason I said I don't think he was actually that bad last year for the Jets. Like, especially towards the end of the season. I think he still can be like a average to above average quarterback as long as protection's there, because obviously
yeah.
John doesn't like that.
I just
No.
You made a face when I said above average. I'm sorry.
yeah, but
It wasn't that.
isn't it bizarre to
Squeezing out
you?
for it.
Isn't it bizarre to you that like the Jets basically had the same offense as the Steelers team, where you had one weapon in Wilson, and now he has one weapon in DK Metcalf?
Totally different players, though.
But still, like, Wilson
Yeah.
could be a star in this league.
I think he is, just with shit quarterback play.
I mean, I'm curious to see.
His catch
I don't
against
know
Miami
why.
reminded
I'm very
you.
down on him, and I've always been down on. Oh, absolutely, he makes spectacular plays. But remember all that shit Rodgers was basically saying about him?
He does disappear for stretches, I'll say that.
Yeah, like you can't do that as a star, and he does it too. I mean, it's probably because like you said, the quarterbacks this guy's played with is pretty brutal.
I blame those like
Fantasy-wise.
3 fumbles in a row for the reason the Jets lost that game, not
Yeah,
And I don't think he's a true number 1.
DK?
Wilson.
No, Wilson.
Oh, if he
I
had
don't know.
if he had a reliable number 2, I think he could be a number 1.
Get
But
John
is that
on.
really a number
Get Mike
one
on here.
receiver?
Yeah. If he had a Juju Smith-Schuster to his Antonio Brown, he'd be just fine.
Oh, absolutely. It would be insane. If he had someone that was a little taller, a bigger target that could take away the middle of the field.
Like Mike Williams. Imagine you guys had Mike Williams.
Yes.
That'd be crazy. Or Devontae Adams.
Oh my God, right?
Wouldn't that be insane?
Yeah, well, the whole thing with Devontae Adams and Rodgers, if it was a different quarterback, everything would have been fine. But
Yeah.
Rodgers was so hell-bent on just getting Devontae the ball and breaking records with Devontae because he knew it was going to be the last time.
And they did look pretty
They did
statistically.
look damn good. And Garrett Wilson got a little upset. But
Oh,
Garrett Wilson
that was
and
worse.
Rodgers, I just think, had no chemistry together on field.
Yeah.
Is Garrett
but
Wilson just on like the Keyshawn Johnson, like very good but not great level? Is that where you have him?
He's not that good.
You don't think it's as good as Keyshawn?
No.
Really?
Absolutely.
Hey, I think Keyshawn was. I don't know.
Dude, Keyshawn's underrated. Look at his stats and the stuff he did. Like, he was making Brad
All right,
Johnson
break this
look
out.
like a
Keyshawn
fucking
Johnson or Garrett Wilson. 1998 Keyshawn Johnson or 25 Garrett Wilson. Who you got?
98 was his rookie year, though.
No, I think it was 96.
Oh, it was 96. I think it's going to be Keyshawn if you draw it to scale, just because, I mean, they didn't throw the ball as much.
Yeah, but you had Vinny Testaverde. He slung that shit.
A better quarterback.
Yeah,
Not just that, he also had freaking Curtis Martin as his running back.
yeah, that's true. And Tom Tupa
Kevin Mawai as his center,
and but Jumbo Elliott.
Jumbo Elliott at right guard.
And you had Wayne Corbett. See, that's the Juju Smith-Schuster guy you need. He doesn't have a Wayne Corbett. We need to get a Cooper Kupp on that team. I don't know. 1183 catches, 1,100 yards his rookie year. 95 catches, 1,000. Yeah, he does feel like he should be at like 1,300 yards. And
But it's quarterback play.
yeah. I guess this is about what Larry Fitzgerald would put up when he had like John Stanton and Drew Skelton or whatever.
Think about who's been thrown to Wilson, though. Zach Wilson, Mike White. Who else?
So Garrett Wilson's been in the league this is his 4th year. How many touchdowns do you think he has?
I don't think many.
4th year?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be
Yeah.
It's going to be between is it even 10? Shit.
Yeah, okay. I thought I was going to get you with one. No, it's 17.
I was going to say, is it between 10 and 20?
Yeah, he hasn't even been close to 10. Yeah, it's 17. Last year was his career high, 7 touchdowns.
Like, if you look at it, guys, he's easily a bottom tier wide receiver, and it's not like his stats are getting better. Like,
Bottom tier is so strong.
bottom tier bottom tier number 1 receiver.
The Panthers,
but are we-
before they got McMillan, I thought that's like the bottom tier. Or
But they have McMillan now.
John, that's a good point. They do.
Are we really judging receivers on touchdowns, though? Like, that's not.
No,
my-
I was just
I'm judging him overall.
no, because Andre
Like,
Johnson never got like more than 10 in a year. I don't think. I guess that
Matt
was
Schaub.
kind of
like DeAndre Hawkins, right? I feel
Andre
like
Hopkins.
again.
Yeah, no, Hopkins.
Like-
Hopkins would get in a lot.
did he?
But
I
like
don't
he
know.
put up like when I think of Garrett Wilson, I think that guy should be getting like 1,400 yards a year.
And he doesn't. He barely gets 1,000.
Also,
And
like
think
the-
of all the garbage stats he could get because the Jets suck and they're playing from behind all the time.
Yeah, but the
I
Jets
don't
don't write up plays for him.
Well, they do. They just double team him now every time. And I mean, it's not his fault. It's the situation he's in, but still,
How
like,
does
it's
Mike-
not like he went off when he had Devontae Adams.
How does Mike feel about Garrett Wilson? I'm curious.
He thinks he's better than Neighbors. He told me.
Well, okay.
I said it's
That's
not
absurd.
even close.
That's fucking absurd.
He doesn't. Okay, so his opinions on the other end of the spectrum. Yeah, I think Steve and I are about in the middle between John and Mike in terms of what we think of him. But
I
better
think
than
Neighbors.
Well, I don't think he's a bad player. I just think as a number 1 receiver, you're fucking smoking crack if you think you're going to win that way.
I think Wilson has potential to be a top 10 receiver in the league.
Who's better, him or prime Robbie Anderson?
Wilson.
I would say,
He's pausing. He's thinking about it.
He's gonna go with Robbie Anderson. I have a feeling.
well, Robbie Anderson had a lot of deep threat touchdowns. I don't think you can compare those guys
Robbie
because they're
Chosen?
different players.
Okay, that's fair.
You can compare Chosen with maybe Deshaun Jackson, and obviously Deshaun Jackson's better.
Braylon Edwards, I guess, would be a comp.
No, is Edwards didn't do shit in the NFL.
Edwards
Maybe
had
Braylon Edwards might be the most clutch wide receiver in the last 20 years for the Jets, not named Brandon Marshall or Eric.
no. Santonio Holmes was, but
Him too.
he was just clutch
He's-
everywhere.
He's fucking stiff though in the end.
Yeah.
No, Braylon Edwards. Something about Mark Sanchez and Braylon Edwards. Just they had such a good little chemistry there.
Are we talking
Who would I compare Garrett Wilson to?
the guy who went to Michigan, Braylon Edwards? Who was like
Yeah.
a stud?
Yeah.
I feel like he didn't do anything in the NFL.
He had one Pro Bowl.
Look up the 2010 Jets.
Yeah.
Well, the
Who
Jets
can I
gave the
compare-
Jets would give to Sean Green and LT 40 times a game, so there wasn't much.
Well, that too, yeah.
But it worked.
Well, yeah. Every time they had that one shot, he would get like 60 yards downfield and catch the ball.
I would say Braylon Edwards is a pretty decent comp. No?
No, because Braylon Edwards is again a different receiver. You know,
Long
Garrett Wilson's
longevity,
more
though.
shifty, smaller. Yeah, Garrett Wilson's barely 6 foot.
He
Braylon Edwards was like 6'4".
so he plays like Fitz. He plays like he's bigger than he is.
Who?
Wilson.
You think he plays big?
Whenever, like, some of his highlights are like where the guy draped on him, right? That would indicate he's a jump ball guy.
He makes absurd catches, yeah, but he doesn't do enough in the in between to make plays. You know, he's no Odell Beckham Jr. He's no, I don't know who else I can compare him to.
I thought Garrett Wilson was
Like-
like 6'7".
No, he's barely 6 foot.
I can also
Right?
see
Does it say 5'11" or 6 foot on his stats?
Yeah, I don't
No.
watch a podcast.
He's a
I
little
fucking
guy.
suck.
I can also see what John's saying because like there's
Yeah,
been
he's built like
countless
Wes
games-
Welker.
There's been like countless games in Wilson's career where he doesn't show up to the second half, and like you kind of need that person who's going to open up the scoring, be the game changer, and that's kind of like what like a Neighbors is, like a Jamar Chase. You know, those big time receivers, Jefferson, even like they want to get involved early.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm not saying it's on him either. Like they're using him in a spot where he shouldn't be used. Like he's a perfect 1A to 1B receiver.
Okay.
Or
So
if you have two other guys and you put him in the slot, he would go for 150 yards every fucking game.
Ideally, who are you pairing him up with in the NFL then? Who would be like a good match?
Primetime Mike Evans.
Oh.
I like
I was
that.
going to say AJ Brown if
story.
he continues to not want to play for the Eagles.
No, but I heard something today where AJ Brown might be going to the Patriots for Diggs.
I don't know
Stay
about
tuned
during the
on that.
season though.
That's a bad trade. Diggs
Apparently it's
is
a 4th round pick and Diggs.
Diggs is a little stale.
AJ Brown.
Wait, can we
So is AJ
rewind
Brown.
real quick?
Yeah.
Actually, John just made a great comparison for Wilson. You're basically saying Wilson is
Braylon
Chris.
Edwards.
Is who?
You're pretty much saying he's Chris Godwin.
Chris Godwin, Eric Decker.
Yeah,
Look at Eric Decker when he was on the Jets by himself that one year. He was terrible.
Well, Ibuka's a number one now, but
yeah, but I wouldn't say Wilson's terrible.
No, he's not. He's a great, like, if you have him and another one wide receiver,
is
They're
he
gonna
is
go
he a
off.
top 20 receiver in the league?
I would have to see, but my heart says no.
Wow,
I don't even think he's a top 30 receiver.
top third.
Especially-
Jesus Christ.
In the way the Jets are using him, I don't think he's a top 30. You know what? That's probably stretching it.
Yeah, he's
32 teams
he's
in the
top
league.
20 definitely. Come on now.
My God. What if
When did he go?
what if the Jets blow it up and the Bills decide, hey, we need a weapon, and they get Garrett Wilson? Like, don't you see him putting up like what Stephon Diggs did?
Yeah.
Okay.
Again, I think he's really overrated, guys. But he's great. Don't get me wrong. He's great. But he's not franchise going to change your team wide receiver.
I mean,
And there's not many of those.
Joe makes a good point there. Like Diggs was B on the Vikings. I think Adam Thielen was the one.
Thielen, yeah. But again, who's been his 1A besides someone like, what's his face?
Adams.
Adams, who was basically just getting force-fed the ball
All right.
every time.
I'll ask for one more comparison, and then I'll
Mhm.
personally move on from this because I'm still a little shocked. Would you take Garrett Wilson now or 2007 Jabba Chamberlain?
What the?
Are we talking before or after they moved him to the bullpen the first time?
Before the Midge game.
I absolutely take him. He was the most
Okay.
electric reliever in all of baseball
Absolutely.
at that time.
All right, him or Nick Swisher?
Jabba.
I was saying Garrett Wilson. But you know what?
Oh, Jabba.
Okay. All right.
You're listening to WFAN, the fan, New York Sports Radio.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, Mike Francesa would hate that question.
All right. Who's this clown? Mickey in Forked River, Mickey. Yeah, Mike. Okay. Joni in Saddle River.
Mike, what if the Mets had a 7-man rotation? That way, every time there was a starting pitcher, they knew what day they were pitching throughout the season.
I need another Veal Palm after that one. Okay.
Yeah, that's
Here's the big
ridiculous.
man.
Been doing this for 20 years.
Okay, Mike. Today we got the New Jersey Nets are playing the Atlanta Hawks, and then we'll take it back to you.
Wait, now
All right.
do Sal Licata and the other guy. What's his name?
BT and Sal, I can't do that.
It's just
But
streaming.
as the great Greg Giannotti would do, Joe and Evan, who, if I don't know if you guys have saw Joe today or yesterday, just going off on the Jets and Mets, it is fucking phenomenal.
Is he on WFAN?
He basically told, what was it? He's like, Helsley. He's like, oh, Helsley, you look up crap pitcher in the dictionary, bro. You see a picture of him, Ryan Helsley.
Huh. Yeah, he was terrible.
Literally just, I was like, yes.
Yeah. Well, we said we.
I was excited about Helsley when they like that was like
you should have been.
That was a last minute trade too.
Stearns fucking screwed you guys. And you know what? If it's one guy, you're like, all right, whatever.
Yeah.
But you know what it was? It was every single move that MFR made this year sucked. And the worst part for you, Mets
not
fans,
Rodgers. Not Rodgers.
Well, yeah, he's good. That's why he's consistently good.
Yeah.
The worst part, though, I hate to say it, and it comes from a good place, but Steve Cohen basically apologizing to you fans and stuff, and the GM, answering his questions. But dude, I know this happened a few months ago. How bad does it look now raising the prices more than they've ever been raised after basically the team and you, Mr. Cohen, told you, the fans, to come out to the ballpark this year, which they did more than ever, only to get the prices raised after the team doesn't make the playoffs? I don't know much, boys, but I know that that's not this. That's this.
I don't look at it as a negative, though. Like, the negative's the whole season as a whole, but I think Cohen coming in and apologizing to the fans tells me that
Yeah, but it looks bad. It's empty.
He's going to spend this offseason. And I think when you talk about a big FU, I think you give a big FU to the rest of the teams around.
What are they going to spend on?
There's 4 starting pitchers hitting the market. I forget their names. Somebody pointed out the other day, which they 100% can go after at least 2 of them. You have to bring back the line. I don't even care about the age thing anymore. I remember when Cohen first got to the Mets, he went around 30 years old, the whole Conforto thing, which it was a good thing they got rid of. He's been not that great since he left the Mets.
Are you bringing back Pete or no?
What's that?
Are you bringing back Pete on anything other than a 4-year deal?
If he wants 5, I'd give him.
I don't trust him, man. I mean, I've never been a big fan of Pete. Great power hitter. Just if I'm you guys, I'm doing everything I fucking can to bring back.
Ohtani homered already.
Did he? Jesus. Edwin Diaz.
I mean that's expected almost at this point. Ohtani's
Diaz to come back?
Well, Diaz they need to bring back. That's the only guy in the bullpen I would want back, honestly. Maybe Rodgers. Yeah. Everyone else stunk this year.
They were fucking complete utter stiffs.
But I wouldn't dismiss Alonso because outside of like Soto, Alonso was like the only one who was hitting down the stretch, and he put together a complete season. I mean, 270 average, I think. Like that's pretty good for Pete, and the 37, 38 homers, 120 plus RBIs, like that's a solid season. You take that out of your 3-hitter, cleanup hitter any day.
Who are you trading, Vientos or the other one?
I'd probably get rid of Vientos.
Yeah.
It was kind of concerning the fall off that he had, and like he couldn't stay hot. There was that one stretch in August, but then he went back to his early season ways in September. So I don't know. At least Beatty made a actual positive change. Like I remember a lot of people talking his love, but he worked at it, and now he's a pretty solid third baseman. So it reminds me a lot of Pete Alonso. Alonso wanted to stay at first base when he first got to the major league, and the Mets wanted to shift him elsewhere. And he worked at it, and then he became a decent first baseman after a while.
Do you think they could trade Lindor?
I don't think they would want it.
If you could trade him in a package for Skeens?
I mean,
and they would have to take on some of the money, obviously.
That's the only time you would do it. But are the Pirates...
I mean, they're fucking retarded if they don't.
Why would you say that?
Because they're going to get the most they can get right now this offseason because he's only getting older, and the dude's coming off a season where he had a sub-1.8 ERA.
How old is he?
You can literally get anybody you want right now. And some.
Yeah, but my thing is, these teams like the Pirates, how many times are we going to do the song and dance? Where you get a player, he reaches the pros. It's kind of like the Garrett Cole thing, where like they look like your potential ace pitcher, and then you realize your team's not taking the strides that you need them to be, and you trade them away for a package of young players, and you don't develop them, and it's just seeing like rinse and recycle type things that they fall into. Why not take and actually try to build around him? Like, I know it seems like such a simple concept, but the Pirates refuse to spend every offseason, and they're not developing the rookies because a lot of the offensive guys that were supposed to be good have not panned out for them. And Skeens is like one of the few guys that has developed into a good player, but that was because of what he entered as a draft pick as.
Yeah.
Steve, could you lean in a little more when you talk? Or John, is he breaking up for you?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. Or I don't know.
I just don't I don't understand
Yeah,
it.
that's
Like
clear.
Skeens can be a once in a lifetime pitcher, and I know you can get anybody, but I mean, look at the Tigers. Like 2 seasons ago, they were talking about trading Scooble, and then all of a sudden they're in the playoffs back-to-back seasons. It's like if you actually put a little effort into your team, maybe you can build around an ace pitcher like that.
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, I just don't think they're gonna do it, and I'm gonna almost predict that we're gonna find out Skeens almost went this year at the trade deadline.
Yeah, I mean, he wants to be on a big market, I think,
Yeah, absolutely.
and he wants to please his girlfriend.
Livy Dunn tried to buy Babe Ruth's house, and the Yankees said no. So there might be a little reason why they said no, because if they sign him, they're in trouble for collusion or tampering, whatever.
Who would the Yankees give up for him
Who wouldn't they give up for him?
outside of Judge?
I would give up, obviously, Volpe. I would give up Will Warren. I would give up Clark Schmidt. I would give up
That's not
probably Lombard. I would give up Austin
Jones.
Wells.
Right?
I would say the only 2 untouchables really are Rice, Judge, Fried, Rodon. I would throw Heel in there. Basically anyone besides because what I'm picturing is a rotation of Cole, Skeens, Rodon, Fried, and then someone else.
Would you get rid of
Because
Spencer?
you don't have to pay Skeens for 2 more years.
Would you part ways
And if
with
you have those 4 guys, they're going to win 100 games. You know, that's probably one of the best rotations since maybe the Oakland A's of the, mid 2000s or the Tigers before they traded anyone.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
The Phillies rotation back in 09, 010 or 2009, 2010 was like Roy Halladay, Oswalt, Cliff They had Pedro there for a hot second. It was wild.
Yeah. Cole Hamels was on
Cole
there.
Hamels, yeah. That's 5-6 guys right there. And then was Joe Blanton on that team? Yeah, right?
The A's, Mark Moulter.
I can name somebody. I know a little bit.
No, I think the only untouchable in the Yankees is Judge. But I think
I agree.
I don't think the Pirates would go after Max Fried, Rodon, all those
No,
guys.
because they cost money.
They cost money, and they want to get young if they're going to make a trade like that.
Yeah. I mean, the Yankees are going to probably I don't know. I would just think that that's going to be one of their big off-season to-dos is get that dude here and get him here now. It makes a ton of sense.
Yeah, but I can see Rice being in that.
I think he's going to be, but which sucks because he's going to be fucking so good.
Will he be good at PNC, though?
Yeah. He's good anywhere, dude. He just barrels the ball up.
I could see the Pirates asking for one of Lombard or Spencer Jones. I could see them asking for Rice. I don't know if they would want to touch Volpe at this point, but I could see them trying to get 3 or 4 of your top 10 prospects right now with Rice.
That's fine. I would do it in a fucking 2 seconds because the Yankees are set up right now. All you would have to do is re-sign Jazz Chisholm. I don't know what they're going to do with Bellinger. If you have Spencer Jones, he'll probably play the outfield next year. And then go see if you maybe go after like Kyle Tucker. But that's, again, it's money. I could see them doing more of a trade for someone that's already under like money or like a decent contract, maybe like a Byron Buxton, and you just, I don't know, platoon him.
Isn't it crazy? Yankees lose 1 game. We're talking about what they could do in the off season.
I know, right? I'm not even saying that they lost or the season's lost yet, but I don't know. I've really been high on Paul Skeens since I thought they were going to get him at the trade deadline. And like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if we find out that the Yankees almost got him at the trade deadline.
Well, it's very. I feel like you've been doing this whole season, and when I say you, I mean Yankee fans. It's very easy to start thinking about Garrett Cole coming back next season, being his Cy Young self, which it's not a
I don't think he's going to be
guarantee.
a Cy Young self.
Yeah, that's not a guarantee. But like, what gets you excited is Max Fried pitched like an ace this season. Don actually showed he can be consistent this season.
Rodon's a bulldog, dude. The dude just fucking fights even when he doesn't have good shit. I
Yeah.
fucking love that guy.
Yeah, he was an all-star for a reason, right? This season.
Yeah.
I think they should go the NBA route, just make every series 7 games and maybe end the season a week earlier or something. It seems ridiculous that 162 games comes. You could win your division, be the 3 seed, and you could be over in 2 games.
Yeah, but a series is 3 games during the year, 3 to 4 games, you know?
Yeah, but it's the playoffs though. It's like, I don't know. You should be allowed. We've seen teams win the title after dropping 2 games at home to start. Like, it happens sometimes. NFL, it's because you can't.
It makes the division though mean that much more, and the regular season that much more to be one of the top 2 teams.
Yeah, you could win your division and still have to play in the wild
You can
card.
lose your division and be out.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like 3 games is so short. Your season could be over tomorrow after winning 90.
Yeah, that's baseball though.
Yeah, I guess.
In the playoffs, you're screwed.
I don't know.
I think to be fair though, the Yankees scored 1 run. Like you scored more than that.
I've watched so much of more of the probably the NBA playoffs, and it's like you have to win a marathon in order to prove you're a better team. If you're like an 8 seed, you want to run like a 62 win team season, like you're gonna have to actually show it over a large sample size. With this, it's like you get hot bats for like 4 or 5 innings, and your guys can't get it going. It's over.
But Joe, what you have to understand is,
I know, like baseball was basically 4 teams up until when we were very young.
That's what I'm saying.
It's
like wild card. Like when the Mets won the '99 wild card, they instantly played in the divisional round. So and that's a 5-game series right there. Like we're. I don't know, if you're a baseball fan, you're pretty lucky that you even get a 3-game wild card round. I can see what you're saying, that like it stinks for like, say, the NL Central winner has to go and that's a bad example because the Brewers got the 1 seed this year. But let's just say the Dodgers, who had a very impressive season, I think they won 93 games, and now they have to play in the wild card round. That's not great, and now you're wasting arms, and that's just so like crucial these days because a lot of pitchers are on inning limits. Like you don't love to see your pitchers approach 200 innings anymore or more, and if you make a playoff run, that's what your pitcher is doing. And we often see some sort of burnout afterwards. Like I think that's what happened to Cole, right? Like last year, they brought him back from injury probably way too early, and he pitched in the playoffs, and now he was out for the season. It was the same thing that happened to Chris Sale when he was on the Red Sox, and you could say that derailed his career a little bit because he was a Hall of Fame pitcher at the time, and now I don't know if you could say that anymore. But yeah, I mean, in order to make a run in baseball, you have to rally behind your ace. You really do, and that means a boatload of innings. Like we saw Crochet tonight. He threw 7 innings tonight?
I think it was close to. No, it was 7 2/3.
Yes, 7 2/3. When in the season, you probably take him out in the 6th inning.
I think he threw 117 pitches.
So it's tough because it's baseball's.
It seems good in comparison because baseball's been so brutally traditionalist up until very recently.
Well, also
remember when the Mets, like even 10 years ago, remember when the Mets made the playoffs, but they had to go against Bumgarner, and it was like, okay, well, we're not getting out of that.
Well,
but Joe, what you have to understand is like when you get to the postseason, most teams probably cut down to their top 3 starting pitchers. So you're running out your ace on shorter rest now. When they typically, if they pitched on Monday, they're not pitching until the weekend series during the regular season. And I would say most pitchers have a shorter leash during the regular season. So if your ace goes, he's at like 85 pitches you probably send him out for the 6th inning and let him finish the night at 95 pitches or something if he has a quick inning.
So then depth would just be more important, right?
It's depth in terms of you have your 4th pitcher who's now a bullpen pitcher, and we've seen when starting pitchers go to the bullpen, they're going from pumping consistently 95, 96 to probably 100 miles per hour. They have a little more juice, and they're usually a little more effective during the playoffs. But you're also banking on your starter to pitch probably every 4 days and to give you 7+ innings. I don't know. It's the playoff model is for pitchers is just interesting. It's almost like most managers say, fuck it. Like if they get injured next season, it's worth it if we go out and make a deep run into the playoffs or win the World Series. And
You thought
especially
You thought the 18 model was better.
I liked
Straight to the divisional.
I did like that actually. I think the wild card round right now is like, yes, you get some good baseball games. I just think it's anticlimactic to me. It's like, give me the best 4 teams from the season and let them duke it out. I don't like the fact that you have a team like the Brewers, who were the hottest team for 2 months and had the best record in baseball, right? I
I
think.
think so, yeah.
I don't like the fact that like now you have, what is it, 6 or 7 teams that make it 6, right? You have a team like the Reds who barely make it into the postseason, and if they just get hot during the postseason, they can make a run to the World Series. That to me is not fun baseball, because like I always bring backs because I love that a small market team made the World Series and played the Rangers. I don't love that a team that barely snuck into the playoffs made a run and made the World Series though.
Yeah.
So
Well, like the Cardinals did it when they were 4, but that was because the National League sucked, right? They won like 82 games or something.
I mean, there's definitely been freak seasons. I mean, how long has baseball been around for? But
A little bit.
and the best team's not always going to win.
Remember
I mean,
the 1911 Dayton Triangles? I don't know.
I mean, look at the Mariners in the early 2000s. What was that? 2003 was it? When they won like the most games ever, and
Yeah.
they didn't win a World Series. Some of those Ken Griffey Jr. Mariners teams in the 90s, they were really stacked. I mean, you would almost make an argument that the Braves should have won more World
But the
Series.
Yankees at that point were just like, get to the playoffs and then we can outplay everybody. And that's sort of what they did.
Yeah, but those 90s Yankees teams played sound baseball all season. Like, John could attest to that. That was just such a, like, they didn't have, like, I don't think you could call them, like, superstar players, but they had a bunch of all-stars. You know, like,
Yeah.
guys who just played baseball the right way. You know, they fielded their position. They hit for contact. They could hit the ball out when they needed to. And it was a strong pitching staff. They did everything you could ask for them.
They were the Indiana Pacers with Derek
Pretty
Jeter.
much.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Or
Yeah,
the Thunder.
baseball has definitely changed, though. Like, also during that time, like, we talked about this early in the show, but baseball had such players that were so much easier to root for. Everybody, when we were growing up, tried to do the Ken Griffey Juniors. You know, the Ricky Henderson, whatever else.
Oh, who is it? Tony Batista?
Yeah, Jose Batista.
No, Tony.
Here we
Oh,
go.
here we go. Ow.
For those
Remember this
listening,
guy? He'd be
he's
like this.
showing us a batting
He'd be like
stance.
open like this, and then would come around and then swing into it.
Yeah,
Dude was on, I think, Baltimore. Absolute legend.
yeah. There was just, I don't know. There was just like I could sit down and I would be like, you know, Mike Diaz is my favorite player in the game, but I also like this guy and this guy. You know, I also, you know, I love Ken Griffey Jr. like anybody else. And you could just go around the league and be like, yeah, that's a player. And like when the All-Star game came around, you're always like, you know, this is so fun. Now we have arguments of like, does that person even deserve to be in the All-Star game? You know, it's so different, baseball.
It is.
Do you want to do college football and picks or?
Well, I have one more NFL thing. I wanted to get your thoughts on this. Do you guys know Mike Tannenbaum?
Yes.
So he
Uncle T?
yeah. Before
Love
this,
Uncle T.
actually yesterday, he put out his top 5 QBs in the NFL through the first month. And he has Josh Allen, Prescott, Daniel Jones, Pat Stafford, and Patrick Mahomes. Would you guys agree with that list?
I just want to do a victory lap on Dak Prescott being really good again. People forgot. They might not win 6 games, but he's really good.
That's right.
He also
Well, they had Micah Parsons when I predicted that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah, Dak is very, very, very economical, and he's very good. I mean, he's good.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. Dak's very good.
Not
great.
Yeah.
Good.
He has won 2 playoff games.
Yes,
He's been average in the playoffs. He's not been as underperforming as people want to think. And he plays against the Niners, which is just a tough draw. And kind of
I trust him in a big moment as much as I would trust Tony Romo.
But when he's healthy, he's a top 5 passer.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
Tony Romo could come through, but something seemed
So
to go
could
wrong
Dak.
a lot. Yeah.
Same thing with Dak.
Yep. Yeah, you don't think it's because he's worried. It's like, oh, it went wrong and he doesn't quite have it.
Shit.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think I would agree.
Josh Allen should be the unanimous number
Easily
one.
number one.
Yeah.
easily the MVP of the league so far.
Anybody playing the Cowboys should be number one.
I think I agree with the list, though. Like, Daniel Jones has been fantastic on the Colts. I think Matt Stafford's, like, he's been amazing.
Is Daniel Jones on there?
Yeah.
Oh, that's.
Okay. I would put Jalen
Hurts. I guess for now, if we're just judging
Jalen Hurts. Think about two of Jalen Hurts' game. He passed for 100 yards in one game, and then I think last week against the Buccaneers, he didn't throw for a single yard in the second half.
Is Baker on the list?
He could be.
Baker could make a good argument.
Baker should be on the list.
I can't put Mahomes up in the top 5. I know he's great. Don't get me wrong, but what are they? 1-3?
2-2.
They're 2-2. Okay.
After Sunday, I'm fine with that.
He looked great on Sunday. Him and Rodgers both looked like vintage themselves.
That Thornton guy is becoming a weapon for them.
Yeah, and
you forget how explosive he is.
Yeah, he looked fantastic during his return. And did you see what Puka's on?
Dude, he's absurd. He's absolutely fucking absurd. I did not think he was gonna perfect example. Without a number, I thought he was gonna be like almost Garrett Wilson like.
People forgot about Rashee Rice, by the way, too. Once he comes back.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, like I thought that Garrett Wilson is everything you guys, or Puka Nacua is everything you guys thought Garrett Wilson should be, right?
Yeah.
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 Well, he pretty much.
I'm very surprised with him that he's able to do it.
Sean
McVay's that smart. I guess.
He's like Steve Smith with Wes Welker volume. Like it's
who?
Puka.
He's taller. I think isn't Puka Nacua like 6'5"?
Is it?
I get all my heights mixed up. I should stop.
Dude, I'm pretty sure Puka Nacua is big dude.
I thought he was like 5'2".
No.
All right, he's 6'2". What the fuck am I talking about?
6'2", okay. So I thought he was a little taller than that.
Tall for most, maybe not the NFL.
Yeah.
But he pretty much stole the starting position from Cooper Kupp.
All right, so he's like Deebo Samuel with Wes Welker volume.
Okay, that's fair.
I think he could have been a great running back if he wanted to be. Puka? I don't know. I'm just trying to fill in time. You don't have to listen to me. It's fine. Also, Steve Smith was 5'9". I'm going to stop talking about heights because clearly I don't know how tall people are.
Steve Smith's tiny, but he was like a freaking...
I thought Puka was like 5'11", 6 foot.
Hamster, dude.
Also, CJ Stroud's back, by the way. He looked great this weekend.
Or was that just a 1 week thing?
Maybe.
Titans are not... They don't count.
Cam Ward doesn't look great.
Campbell's... If anyone from Campbell's Soup Company is listening to this, how you don't have CJ Stroud as your chunky spokesman right now is absurd to me.
Did they ever have
Please
Jason
get
Campbell?
that man a little sponsorship.
Okay. Wait, why?
Yeah, I don't...
He's chunky, man. CJ Stroud. He looks like Donovan McNabb. You got to bring back the throwbacks to the Donovan McNabb chunky commercials with his mama.
That was the height of that campaign. I don't know.
Oh my God! So
I remember they had Victor Cruz. Although I'm a Giants fan,
it was never the same.
No, it did not hit the same way.
I think wasn't Jerome Bettis one of the chunky noodle soup guys too?
He should be. If he wasn't, he would be great for chunky. I think he was.
Dexter Lawrence running down the sideline.
Oh my God, that was a rumble and stumble.
Did you
see the Alabama screenplay where they pitched it to like a O lineman?
Yes.
Why don't people do that more? That seems unstoppable.
Why don't people in the NFL?
If the O lineman gets like a 5-yard running head start, he was murdering people. Sorry.
No, like in the next 20 years, though, like, can't you see them almost like you get someone like as innovative as Sean McVay in like 20 years? Just
Dan
like,
Campbell
dude, once you catch the ball, try and fucking pitch it to someone else. Because
that was my favorite play of the weekend. That screen pass to the lineman. It was great.
Nice. It just seems so obvious. Just give a big guy a running head start.
Yeah.
No one's, especially because like it's not like he's returning a fumble or something where there's linemen and other dudes trying to tackle him. If you're out in space and he could somehow sneak in there, there were like 180-pound dudes trying to bring him down, and he was just throwing people.
The only thing that took away from it was he didn't get into the end zone. He did get the first down.
That's what counts.
He didn't score the touchdown.
Neither did Dexter Lawrence.
Dexter Lawrence was running 17.5, by the way.
That's a big man running big fast. Jesus.
That's the scary part of the NFL these days. They're big and fast. They're like cars.
And what else are they?
Athletic?
Campbell's. Yeah.
Did you say athletic?
Yeah, I would hope.
Yeah, you could say that. All right.
Let's close out a quick recap of the NCAA. I know Joe wanted to. Oregon, Penn State. Did you guys both watch it?
I watched the last minute, and I was so glad to watch Penn State lose.
I feel the same way about Penn State as I have the last 4 years. Like, they could win it. Shit broke their way. They could have beaten Notre Dame last year. That was
But they don't.
I know, but like, how many teams in the country actually play them in a game like that? Like, they're clearly right there.
They are.
Well, the thing with
Ohio State, right? Like, they came close like 3 or 4 times to beating them. Yeah, it's crazy. They'd never gotten over the hump once. But
it scares me as a Jets fan, though, to see Drew Aller throw that pick. It's like, oh no, is this going to happen next year?
They're not going to pick him. He's not going to be in the first round. I think he's fallen off a lot of people's draft boards for the first round.
Yeah.
Zach Bentenberger ruined his stock. Don't worry.
The thing with Penn State that is just it happens every single season is that they bring back this talented roster. They find a way to get you hyped up with this whiteout game where they pack the stadium, and then they just lose in the most Penn State way possible. And that's what happened with like Drew Aller this weekend. And you know how like a lot of people were talking in the first 2 weeks how when J.J. McCarthy was supposed to go over the top, he threw line drive balls. Did you hear anyone talking about that? That's basically what Drew Aller did on the interception in overtime. His guy did a little wheel route. There's triple coverage. There's like a little window he could drop it into, and instead of like floating it above his head, he threw a line drive to try to fit it in there. And it was like a bad mistake because it turned into an interception. These are things that I think NFL scouts are sitting there and being like, I don't know if he's a guy that could be a first round pick or starting for our team. So there was a lot of draft questions from that player because he was non-existent in the first 3 quarters. He turned it on in the fourth quarter, got them back in the game, forced overtime. I'll tell you something though, a lot of people are high on Dante Moore now, quarterback from Oregon. He looked very good in a hostile environment. And can you talk about Dan Lanning? Was Dan Lanning doing drugs on the sideline? Did you see him in the interview?
He might have been, man. I mean, I thought the same thing, but like, you know, where's he coaches in Oregon?
Yeah, that's the coach of Oregon.
I mean, to each their own. I'm pretty sure you could do anything, including meth up there, so he might have been.
Well, yeah, I gotta. If I find the video, right here. You ready for this?
Yeah.
Wait.
Oh yeah, dude. It looks like he's on fucking speed.
Wait, you ready for it?
Chewing Nicorette.
Oh my god, this dude. Never mind.
Oh, that's coke.
All right, he's got the jaw movement. He's fucking coked out of his mind.
Yeah, he's grinding his teeth to little nubs.
A lot of people were saying smelling salts. I don't know if smelling salts are making you do that.
I've never seen Rodgers do that after taking a smelling salt.
And let's be real, I got a feeling they created a new thing, which is why they banned smelling salts, because it's not smelling salts anymore. It's probably something even more powerful, but you can't like differentiate between the two.
Do you think they're sneaking some stuff in there?
Bath salts, yeah. They're not eating people's fucking faces.
Daniel Jones looks like he's on bath salts all the time. Did you see his appearance on the?
No, that's just the Midwestern drugs.
He always looks like that.
Finally home where he belongs.
True.
Did you see him in interviews last year when they were like questioning his poor play and he would just sit there like this?
He was on the Manning cast for Monday Night Football and his eyes were like that the entire time. That's just his resting face. His resting heartbeat must be like 200 whatever.
Potato.
Yeah.
And to think people thought Kay Adams was dating him, secretly dating him.
That was so funny. That was so funny.
Who's driving the car? You saw that video when she was like talking and everyone's commenting, it's Daniel Jones driving.
Yeah. No, who was Kay Adams was dating? Who was that dude on the Jets, the tight end, for a hot second? He was on the Bengals before that.
Dustin Keller?
No, it's like 2 years ago.
Gesicki?
No, he was never on the Jets. Gesicki.
Who's this guy I'm thinking of? Let me look it up. Jets tight end 2023.
Well, that's who she is? Okay. I've seen Good Morning Football.
The first thing that AI writes is Kay Adams is not dating Daniel Jones.
CJ Uzama.
Really? She was dating him?
Yeah, look that up. CJ Uzama, Kay Adams. I'm sure something will pop up.
There's a story from May 7th. Kay Adams, Cooper DeJean sparked dating rumors fast.
That's quite an age gap. I'm judgmental.
Yeah, I don't think it's real. I think everybody's going to connect her to players just because she's doing all these interviews as a female.
And again, Anthony Edwards is in a child dispute thing with like a 40-year-old woman.
Did you see Anthony Edwards back and forth with Kevin Durant recently?
No, that had to be great.
Dude, Anthony Edwards is fucking a psychopath.
That guy's out of control. It's fantastic.
He is. He's so diabolical. That whole thing with paying that woman off, the whole child support.
It's not paying off. It was just a legal agreement, but I think she's coming back for more
Sorry.
Like, yeah, hey, if you sign it and I give you $1 million, then you're on your own.
Yeah, right.
The worst thing the internet did this weekend was when Tyreek Hill got injured. They were posting memes of like, I don't know, like they were like, "Oh, Tyreek Hill's gonna have more time at home," and it was like Tyreek Hill's baby mama when she realizes she's gonna be home with him. It's like a
Dude.
scary person.
Did you guys see him when he was coming off the field? Of just how fucking happy he was that he was just about to get paid to do nothing and bang every fucking wannabe celebrity in South Florida with copious amounts of daddy issues.
I told Mike that in text. I was like, he's a tough motherfucker. Like, his leg was literally twisted. He tore his ACL. He dislocated it, right, too?
The kneecap, yeah.
Like, come on. Like, how painful is that? And he's sitting there, like you said, smiling the whole time.
That guy's just gifted. I don't know. He doesn't even feel pain.
Like, he's done, I think. Yeah. I think he's done.
Do you think he's going to get bad?
I mean, he's like,
what's up?
He'll be 32, 33.
He's not going to be able to cut as much either, and that's his whole game, dude. Like, if I'm him, I'm retiring, getting my $70 million and saying, fuck this, I'm going to spend all my $70 million in 7 weeks.
A lot of child support, though, that he has to pay.
Yeah, but he could start a podcast. I mean, he's almost like Antonio Brown, but not to that fucking level.
Antonio Brown is in his own way a natural-born entertainer. Like, that guy's built like a media
he's
empire.
Something else, man. I'll tell you what.
He also
Kanye should start a podcast.
You can make money just off his. I don't know if you can make money on Twitter, but
isn't Antonio Brown in like the Cayman Islands or something right now?
He's not here.
Like, wanted for attempted murder.
Yeah, he pulled it on a group of guys.
Yeah, he did some bad shit. He's gonna be like, we're gonna find out he was like arrested by like some 3-letter agency. Fucking got him from who the fuck knows where.
John, that's a great point, though. Imagine a podcast of Antonio Brown and Tyreek Hill.
No, that's not a good one. You got to get Antonio Brown, Kanye West, and John Rocker.
John Rocker? No, Rocker wouldn't fit in.
No, I'm kidding. They wouldn't be able to do that podcast. No, it'd have to be like Shannon Sharp on that podcast with them.
I'm still alive.
Who?
John Rocker.
Rocker? Oh, he absolutely is alive.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He's fucking humongous right now, too. It looks like he's on every A-bowl type of fucking lollipop you can eat.
Yeah.
You guys want to do picks?
Yeah. I was going to say, let's do some picks. By the way, to close out the college talk, Ty Simpson from Alabama, he's going to rise, I think, on draft board. I've been saying it since the beginning of the season, even after the game that Alabama lost to Florida State. I think Ty Simpson's the real deal.
He was throwing it downfield.
Yeah. And he doesn't make mistakes. He hasn't thrown one interception this season. He's like he's like a typical Alabama quarterback. Even after Nick Saban was still breeding them. But picks, what do we got for this week?
Are we doing 6 or 8?
Let's just do 6 this week. All right.
I'm 11-11. Minor comeback, starting fresh.
All right, week 5. So we
you guys have to keep track of your own records. I just know mine. Sorry.
We can do the Thursday night game this week, and it's a good one. 49ers.
Do you want to? Okay, betting on Thursday night. I feel like that's dicey. I'll do it though.
Let's do it.
Who's got spreads?
I got it. So Thursday night football, 49ers Rams. Someone write it down though.
Gotcha.
It's the 3-1 49ers versus the 3-1 Rams. We have it's Rams minus 6.5. The over under is 46.5. So yeah.
Brock Purdy injured again? That's a lot.
I don't think so. No. Yeah, I was shocked by that. Rams are home. Purdy's questionable, it looks like, but he'll probably end up playing.
I was surprised last week that the number was what it was. I actually bet this week. I had 2-3 game parlays, and they fucking both hit.
They both hit?
Number for the 49ers, what?
You said they both hit?
Yeah, I went 6 or 6.
There you go.
6.5. That seems...
That's a lot. 6.5. They scored 47.
Yeah, I'm not touching that. That's Rams are always susceptible to being like a 17-13 kind of game.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I hate betting the under with like a Stafford team. I don't know. I'll just take the Niners. 6.5 is so much. I feel like they usually, even if Mac Jones is in there, I feel like they'll at least like keep him leashed a little bit so he doesn't fuck the game up for them. And he looked halfway decent in the 2 starts he had.
You taking the plus 6.5?
Yeah, this is like me hoping that Purdy plays. But if not, I'll stick with it. Whatever.
Oof.
Steve, did you pick?
I don't know what to do in this game.
Yeah, that's why I said skip it. I didn't want to do it. But
I'm gonna take the under 46.5. I see it being like a 23-20 game.
that's sharp. It's a nice pick.
Yeah. I think the Niners keep it close too. I don't like how big that line is. So I think I'm going to do Niners plus 6.5. I'm with Joe. But I do like the under for this game. The only thing that scares me is like this Rams offense is capable of throwing up big numbers during any game.
Yeah, here's the thing though. It's Rob Saleh defense, another versus a fucking Mike Shanahan disciple offense, and they're basically the same team. They're facing each other.
You don't think Salah's a good D coordinator?
No, I do. That's why I'm
okay.
saying it's gonna be under. I'm thinking like because they know everything that they're gonna throw at each other.
Steve, you have the under too? Steve, you have the
What?
under? Did you take the under too?
No, I picked the Niners plus 6.5. Also, Salah went after Liam Cohen this weekend.
I know, I loved it.
Yeah, that was amazing flip right there. All right, let's do Giants Saints just because we've been doing the hometown teams. Saints are getting minus 1.5. The over under is 40.5.
Are the Giants home?
Giants are away.
Giants have any shot of just not being dead by mid-November. They have to win this.
Saints are getting what you said?
They're
Saints
favored.
they're favored minus
1.5.
Yeah,
And what was the over under?
40.5.
I'm not touching that over. I can tell you that.
The only
I
thing
could
that
see-
would make me entertained by that over is Giants Saints like notoriously have been high scoring games in the dome down there.
Well, Drew Brees and Eli Manning are a little different.
Yeah, they're long gone. I think
How's the Saints defense?
Old but decent, as
Yeah.
always.
Give me
Actually,
Giants
I don't
plus-
know. That might be an outdated take. I don't know how good the Saints defense is. I'm taking the Giants, even if I wasn't a Giants fan. Just Saints being favored seems weird to me. I don't know, but they haven't been like putrid. They've just been competitive but losing. But
yeah, this could be a game where the Saints kick a game winning field goal at the end.
I mean, if they win by 1, then we're good.
Yeah,
Right?
I'll take the Saints.
Is it 1.5 or 2.5?
1.5. You don't see 2.5 too often though. Actually, the Jets
You
are
see it a lot.
the Jets game is actually 2.5. Never
Well,
mind.
I'm looking on DraftKings and they're 2.5. That's why I was curious.
All right, Broncos Eagles. Let's do. Eagles are getting minus 3.5. The over under is 43.5. I just stop saying they're getting.
Denver plus 3.5. I think that's probably the upset of the week.
Really?
Oh, you think they're gonna flat out win? Huh?
Yes, I do.
I think
This
I
is
might
the
go
hardest
over.
one for me.
I'm going over here.
It's between the Eagles and the over. If it was 3, I think I would take the Eagles. But that 3.5 is always fucking dicey. Because the Eagles always pull their.
I don't like ever taking a team minus 3.5.
I don't like taking the Eagles over ever because they're happy winning 13-0.
Mm-hmm.
I can't take under
I got a
40.
feeling this is the week that AJ Brown completely loses his shit on the sidelines.
God, why am I taking over in this game?
You're going over?
I think the Broncos might need this a little more. I think they might need a little more in that division. But I could also see Bo Nix shit in the bed. I'll take the over because it's the only thing I've left. And I'm not taking under 43 just out of principle. So I'll take over.
All right.
That's the
Cowboys-
hardest. That's the hardest game on the board for me, I think.
Cowboys Jets. Dallas minus 2.5. Over under is 47.5.
I could see the Jets winning this.
They are going to win this game.
You think so?
I think so. I'm actually I don't ever bet the Jets. I'm betting the Jets money line this week, along with Denver money line, I think.
Plus
Not a
one.
lot of money, maybe like $15, because I think I only have like $20 left after taking out everything I had in.
Is this anti-Cowboys, or did you really like what Justin Fields showed you against the Dolphins?
The Cowboys cannot stop the run still, and I think the Jets are going to get hot and get all the right breaks, kind of like they got in the first game. That game is in New York, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, I really like the Jets in that game. And just like it's kind of like it's time for them to win a game type thing. Not like one of those things where there's no rhyme or reason.
Yep.
But I think they will win this week.
And it's going to be 79 and sunny.
Yeah, so
That's an over for me. I know it's the Jets, but they did against the Steelers. A Cowboys game with the over-under below 50, I take the over.
what was the over under? 48.5?
I see 47.5, but I'll go with Steve's.
40.
And DraftKings is just giving better deals.
Yeah. I'm stuck on this one.
Is it 48.5 on your end or 47.5?
It's 47.5.
Okay. I wouldn't change my
47.
mind. It's under 50.
You're doing the over, you said?
Yeah.
Joe?
Yeah, doing the over.
Steve?
I don't see the Jets. I don't know how you see the Jets winning this game.
It's one of those things where there's no rhyme or reason.
Yeah.
It's the NFL. Weird shit happens, and I think this is the week where weird shit happens.
The only reason I wouldn't see the Jets, I can't see two teams going to 0-5, and the Saints and Jets could both drop to 0-5, and the
Definitely
Titans.
happened.
Titans too.
Oh yeah.
I think this is the week we're going to see a lot of upsets.
Someone's going to get a win.
Titans plus 7.5 against the Cardinals. If we were picking that might be my lock of the week. But since we're not, I won't.
Yeah, give me the over too. I really like. I think the Cowboys are going to win, but I can't see three teams dropping the 0-5 this week. I think somebody's going to win.
So that is 4. So do you want to do both prime time or do another?
Well, Buccaneers Seahawks I think is a good one. Some of the other ones are pretty ugly. Well, Chiefs Jaguars will close off with. So let's do Buccaneers Seahawks. Seahawks are actually favored in this game, minus 3.5, and the over/under is 44.5. I'm going to tell you right now, I think the Buccaneers get a win this week, a bounce back win. So Bucks plus 3.5.
I see Bucks plus 3. I just see better deals. Are you on FanDuel?
No, I have ESPN bet right now.
Oh.
That's why.
Yeah, they might be giving you the opening lines. Maybe not. I don't know. It's ESPN bet, probably not.
I mean, I usually use FanDuel. I just open the ESPN app and it's all there.
Should I just take all overs this week and just be a complete square? Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. Give me another over. I'm just going to rain overs this week.
I'm taking the under.
Ooh.
Let me check the weather. Let me get my research team on this. 63 and sunny. Okay, we're all
What's
good.
the wind?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Enough
a good point.
to even the over.
10 miles per hour.
That's nothing.
All right, last game. Chiefs Jaguars. Chiefs are obviously.
This fucking the board I went 0-8 on. I thought was kind of easy, so I guess it doesn't matter.
Chiefs. Do you have this on DraftKings? Do you have Chiefs getting or not getting their favorite minus 3.5?
Who are they playing this week? Why am I ahead so much?
It's the Monday night game.
I see 3.5. Yeah.
Yeah. Over under is 46.5. What do you got, boys?
I like this.
Lock of the week, KC minus 3.5. And I hate taking minus 3.5, but I see this being a 28-10 game.
I don't know, man. Jaguars primetime game. I mean, their defense looks
There's
really.
no way.
The defense looks really good. I don't know.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Give me another over. How about that?
46.5.
Yep.
I could have seen this as an under game, but I'm also with John that I think the Chiefs are going to beat them pretty good. So I think I'm going to go Chiefs with the minus 3.5.
So I did 5 overs this week, so I'm really locked in.
Yeah, I would. That would be the most comical thing if you had 2 weeks of going 0-6.
I know. 8.
0-8. That just doesn't happen. That's so bad.
Was that week 1?
That was week 1. I went 6-2.
Yeah, he did well. I thought he changed his ways week 1, but
I went 5-1 week 3. So there you go.
You were so like nonchalant coming into the conversation. We started like recording, and you were like, "Yeah, I went 0-6 this week."
0-8, not 0-6. 0-8's much worse. The 6-1 if I just flip a coin, and that I would go 0-8.
That was like the worst football week of your life, probably.
Yeah, I lost both fantasy. No, I won one fantasy game because Brennan Aubrey and Dak beat the Giants. So again, an awful week.
Yeah. All right, let's close it out. We're at about hour and 45 minutes now. Let's go Indiana Fever tonight. They're playing the Las Vegas Aces.
Who fucking cares?